Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do another Q&A. I want to keep trying these out, and it's actually going to be from a combination of Twitter and Instagram questions. Normally I do one at a time, but decided we do both for this one. If Q&As are your thing, if you like to know a little bit more about the creator that you watch, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any more in the future. And let's get started. How old are you? 29. I'll be 30 in July. How are you planning to use your office space once you get it? So one of my 2021 goals was to have my own little office to make it easier to actually get some work done. I could film in it, I could write in it, I could probably maybe edit videos. Although the streaming setup that I have in my desktop is gonna stay in my room, so anytime I stream it will be from my place, from my room. But it's so difficult having to try to film in this chaotic space of a bedroom and, you know, just do everything, and I found it really hard to get motivated to do anything. It's been a struggle ever since the pandemic started last year. So I thought maybe if I got an office space it would be easier. I don't know if or when that's gonna happen because I have a car to pay for now. But yeah, it's pretty much be that I can do everything that isn't streaming there, and it would just be like a nicer backdrop and just quiet. And I have a laptop again, so that makes it easier. Is your carpal tunnel syndrome improving at all? So I may have been a little bit reckless and I stopped wearing my brace in the middle of December. I wanted to say, I just wanted to test it out because I was doing lots of research and lots of people said that when, even other doctors said that if you were wearing a brace 24/7 for so long, it actually wouldn't do very good. And ever since I stopped wearing it, I've been doing better. Well, in the last week or so, I felt symptoms coming back a little bit, so now I'm wearing a brace again when it hurts and at night, so that way there's some sort of balance because it's starting to come back a little bit. I want to say not as bad and not as frequent, but I'd rather take care of the problem now than wait like I did before. Granted, that wasn't my fault. That was doctors not really doing what they were supposed to do, but still. Thankfully, you know, it's doing better. My hand isn't as numb all the time. It's been really, really good. Knock on wood. How is the pandemic affecting you? Well, I didn't think it would be as bad as it is, but you know, considering we're even worse than we were a year ago, yeah, and you know, dealing with a pandemic as a deaf person, everyone's wearing masks and that, and people don't want to write to you, and very little people know sign language. It's just even worse. It feels even more isolating, things like that. You know, people can have that little FaceTime calls or Zoom parties or whatever, and you're kind of like, yeah, that's not quite gonna work out, is it? And then trying to go to different doctors. I went to a different doctor to try to figure something out that's wrong with me right now. She was talked to her mask at some point, and I was like, what? And then the second that she heard me talk, and this comes back to bite you in the ass, I turned into like this inspiration porn case for her, and then she just wouldn't stop talking all this is, and I'm like, okay, y'all have got to stop thinking that just because I can hear a little bit, that means I'm gonna hear through your mask. No, write it down, learn ASL or something, stop talking through your mask, please. It's driving me nuts. It's like when you're already a loner to begin with, before this all happened, it's just 10 times worse now. How are you doing? I think I'm the most depressed I've been in a while. It's been really difficult for me to like actually get up and do anything. Like, I'm depressed, and then that makes my chronic fatigue and my pain flare up. Sometimes they switch in order. So it's been difficult. It's been hard for me to like get up and want to film and want to write and all this stuff. On the upside, I did get to have one of my goals, one of my dreams come true in the month of January. I can't tell you what it is yet. Hopefully eventually that's gonna light a fire under my ass. It's just, this has kind of been like weighing down on that, but it's somewhere back here. What movie were you in? Okay, I never actually said it, but, or maybe I did, but I don't remember, but it's a movie called Can You Read My Lips? It was filmed like 6 years ago. It was a horrible experience. I don't know what happened with that film. Maybe I was recasted even because it was just a horrible experience, but actually I don't think they would have reshot the whole thing, but yeah, it was, I feel like I should do a story time video about that. The details are kind of like faded away a little bit since it's been 6 years, but it's always been an exciting story to tell. What show is binge worthy right now to you? Okay, I'm on like 10 different TV shows. This is horrible. But I did go through a phase when I started watching all the 90 Day Fiance stuff because, oh god, it's good background noise when you want to do something else. But one show that I've been actually focusing on when I'm watching it is One Tree Hill. Can you believe that I've been in North Carolina since I was 4 years old and I had never watched One Tree Hill? I feel like almost everyone that's grown up in North Carolina, except for me, has seen One Tree Hill. But anyways, I've been watching that now and I'm in the 4-year time jump, and the 4-year time jump is taking a while for me to like get into it. I don't know why, because it's the same cast right now. But it's any exciting merch ideas for 2021? I did open up a new store. I'm back on Bonfire permanently, so I'll have that link down below if you want to get any merch. In terms of new designs though, I'm not entirely sure. I'm really bad at thinking of that. There was a new design that I was supposed to have, but for some reason I'm having like third-party copyright issues that I can't seem to fix, so that's a bit of a struggle. But beyond that, I don't know. Do you have any New Year resolutions or goals? My car, got that. An office space, that's gonna take a little bit longer because I need to pick one or the other, and the car is more important. So hopefully maybe by summer I'll have my office. Hit another goal that, again, I'm not allowed to tell you, but I would just kind of like to get back into being somewhat functioning. I think that's the first thing, because I can't do anything else if I'm not somewhat of a functioning human being. Ugh. What's the most helpful way to support you? Like, is a Twitch sub better than a channel member? Both cost the same, so I don't really know. Like, I have a couple of things. I have Patreon, which if you want exclusive content, that's a thing, and I just stream and everything, so it's less chaotic. Twitch subs or channel members, I guess it really depends on what you want, because a Twitch sub and channel member, they both cost $5 at least in terms of what comes with the most stuff. I think there's multiple tiers in all of them, but if you want an extra video every month, I would say go be a channel member. If you like having emotes and stuff on Twitch, you can do a Twitch sub. I'm gonna let you make the choice because I'd rather you pick what you want to do. When did you become comfortable using interpreters? I feel like I want to say year 2, but it didn't come without its struggles. I still try to use both interpreters and captions at the same time if possible. It really depends on what I'm doing. If I'm on a panel, I prefer captions. If it's one-on-one, interpreters is just fine, especially if we're going to be walking around a lot. You can't really bring captioner with you, except for my pal Stanley, who really knew how to do like remote stuff, and we could bring small technology and walk around when doing captions. That was back like 6 years ago though. It still comes with a struggle. I still have to like ask for help and be like, yeah, can you sign that again, or what was that, what did that mean, you know? But why haven't you moved out? Do you know how much moving out costs, especially as a self-employed disabled person who makes a little over $1,000 a month? Baby steps, man. And the car was more important, so now all my focus is going onto the car, especially since I'm on a special program in order to obtain that car. So that's where all my focus is. How is Zane? So Zane has ringworm. I was taking care of a cat that my ex-neighbors abandoned, who, surprise, had ringworm. Gave me the ringworm. I had 3 spots now. I think they're all healed, but I still had them. And then Zane ended up getting ringworm. Zane just got through his rounds of medicine. I think we're done. And his hair started to come back on his leg where the ringworm was. So I don't know if he's doing better. He needs to go back to the vet. But overall, he's still Zane. You know, still begs for food. Bites me in the ass. What's your least favorite part of makeup? Probably the foundation and concealer stuff. I'm really bad at trying to match myself. And also, it's been a bit of a struggle trying to find the right combination that goes with my skincare, my sunscreen, and just not looking like a really patchy mess. I think I found concealer that works for me. The foundation stuff is a little bit of a struggle. Why don't you have hearing aids or a cochlear/Baha? I don't have a cochlear implant because I don't think I ever qualified for one, and that's expensive. And I don't have hearing aids because those are also expensive, and I've gone so long without being able to get them that I just still can't afford all those things because I don't have insurance, and just trying to keep up with all the appointments and stuff at the audiologist. Like, I don't do much of anything that really requires needing insurance. I do lots of things. I have lots of health problems, okay? But I just don't really do that much that really requires hearing aids. The most sound I deal with is editing my videos, which so far it's so decent. It's gotten a little bit more difficult in the last couple years. But best and worst part of being deaf. Best part is finding community, having more of an initiative to learn another language. If somebody's really getting on my nerves, actually, no, I just have to walk away a couple of feet. But most of the time now, as my hearing is getting progressively worse and worse, it's really easy to just like turn around and not have to deal with somebody talking. The worst part is, especially now during a pandemic, people just talking to you. Like even if you speak, especially if you are an oral deaf person, especially, they still don't understand that no, you can't hear them, or you can hear them a tiny little bit, but you can't understand them. So they keep talking to you, and no matter what, nobody wants to learn sign language for you. Very few people do, and it's exhausting trying to make friendships or relationships. It really is. So when you've already been a loner for so long, it just makes it more difficult, and it's very depressing. How did you start public speaking? I think officially I started in 2015 when I went to Hank Green on Twitter, and I was like, hey, let's get a captioning workshop, and he said yes, and then that kind of started it all. And then I was just like, man, I want to do more of this. And so I just started emailing other conferences and emailing schools and things like that. And it just started from there. And it's been extremely difficult getting jobs now because of the pandemic and everything, because usually you would be traveling. And yeah, virtual stuff exists, but it's been harder to come across virtual stuff. What are your career goals? Honestly, I don't know anymore. Like, it's so difficult right now. Like, I know YouTube isn't gonna be forever, and YouTube for me right now has been something that's been going like this for the last couple of years. So it's like kind of difficult to know exactly what I want to do. I've started doing consulting, so I would like to think that I could do more consulting and public speaking and stuff, but I don't know. It's just been a little bit difficult to really figure out what it is that I want. What do you think the future for deaf youth looks like? I want to say it's gonna look better now and into the future than it has been, you know, in the past. With things like YouTube and stuff and social media, we've been able to get out more information, get out more awareness so that people can be better prepared. And also technology has definitely improved, which helps tremendously. So I'm hopeful for the future. Thoughts on Donald Trump getting banned from Twitter? How have you been coping mentally at this strange time? I haven't. Would you be willing to teach someone sign language if they were interested in you? Okay, so I did a video on this a few years ago saying that I wasn't going to teach people sign language on YouTube because one, I'm still learning, and two, I'm not a teacher. It's not what I'm good at. I say it, I make these videos, but that's different. This is different, okay? Teaching a language is way harder. That being said, if a hearing non-signing person was interested in me, I still wouldn't play teacher and teach them the whole curriculum because one, I can't, and two, it's not my job. Now, with that being said, like if we were in the middle of a conversation and if they were trying to ask me like a sign that they didn't know, or if they forgot whatever, and then I knew it, I would tell them, but we're not going to sit here and have like hour-long classes one-on-one and me like with a lesson plan and teaching them. Like, again, it's just not my job. It's not something that I want to do. Like, if somebody has interest in me, I need to know that they're willing to put in the effort, and that's something that they got to do on their own. I mean, if I was interested in someone that spoke a different language than me, Spanish, Korean, Mandarin, whatever, I would be figuring that out on my own. There's lots of apps, there's videos out there, like that's on me to put in the effort to show that person that, hey, I want to do it. And I can tell you so far in the last half of a year that I've been trying to do online dating, it hasn't worked out very well. Nobody's been wanting to learn ASL. They say it, but they don't do it. What was your first video game? Pokemon. Pokemon Yellow, the German version. What was the moment that left you starstruck? I think I had two. One was planned and one was a whole surprise. The first one, I saw Brie Larson in concert. Yeah, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel. But this is when we were really, really young. This was like 15 years ago, and she had her debut album out. And she was performing in Charlotte at a basketball game at halftime, and I got to see her, and it was amazing. And then one that was a surprise is I was in New York for YouTube Next Up, and we were walking past our hotel, and dumbfounded, a Korean American rapper is coming out of the hotel and just walks past us, and I whipped my head back so fast, I was like, holy. And I never said hi because I was too scared, and also because he was on personal time, like hanging out with a friend or something, because I didn't want to be like, hey, dumbfounded, what's up? I kind of regret not saying hi and taking a chance, but at the same time, I'm like, I just don't want to bother them. But that was extremely surprising to me. What time of the day are you most productive when you're not fatigued and or in pain? I feel like at night, which I hate, because I'm just somebody that wants to be waking up in the morning and then having the daylight, because the daylight is nice. It's supposed to make you happy, but it's not, and somehow it's like nighttime. I don't know if it's just because of my home life all these years, and when someone is awake it's just chaotic and it's hard to really do anything. So then she's asleep at night and that's like, cool, I can do whatever I need to do, but I just don't want to be awake at night. I'd rather there be sunlight. Alright, those are all the questions for this month. Again, be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, because you never really know when I'm gonna ask, hey, put some questions down. If you could, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it on social media, leave a comment down below. All engagement really helps with the video and the channel growth. Again, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later.